Do you think if you weren't doing this stuff that it would get done?
If I wasn't doing it, no.
You feel like you're making a difference?
I don't know, I try. I just only hope that when I'm dead and gone, they might appreciate it a little bit more.
In a shocking twist that's bound to leave the nation stunned. In what turned out to be a shocking twist, the whole nation is left hanging on its toes as Parker Bowles reveals what seems to be shocking news. Parker Bowles dropped a bombshell about King Charles and Camilla's hidden betrayal. This explosive revelation rips open royal secrets, exposing a scandal that could shake the monarchy to its core.
You and your brother both directly asked your dad not to marry Camilla.
Yes.
Why?
We didn't think it was necessary.
Get ready for a whirlwind of drama, deceit, and betrayal that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the royal family. A betrayal that shakes the royal family. People have always been interested in and sometimes scandalized by the British royal family. The Windsors have always been the center of attention, whether they were at a big event or a personal one. But lately, a new level of trouble has come up that is shaking the royal family to its core. Where did this chaos come from? A shocking comment made by Camilla's ex-husband has Prince William very worried and casts a shadow over the efforts to restructure the government that are currently going on. As a reliable member of the royal family, Prince William is currently working on a big project to change how the royal family runs its business. Keeping both history and progress in mind, he has set two main goals for this change. First, he wants to cut down on the royal budget, which is a must in this day and age of close public monitoring and openness about finances. He also wants to train a new crop of working royals who will be able to give the monarchy new life and relevance. But in the middle of all this work, a new discovery has messed up the royal machinery. Andrew Parker Bowles, Camilla's ex-husband, has said things that have caused trouble in the royal family. People are shocked by what he said, which makes it sound like Camilla and King Charles have been betrayed for a long time. It has also made Prince William very nervous. Let's go back a little. There has been a lot of interest in Camilla Parker Bowles, the Queen Consort, for a long time. In the early 1990s, her marriage to Andrew Parker Bowles ended in divorce. This was a time of personal turmoil and big changes in the royal family. People had different feelings about Camilla's connection with Charles after they broke up, which became public and was later officially recognized. There were reports about scandalous things going on in their relationship, which went against royal customs. Recent comments by Andrew Parker Bowles bring up these old problems again, starting new fights. He has said that the way Charles and Camilla had their affair, and then their friendship afterward, was somewhat betrayal. There is a lot of lying and secrets in these claims, which goes against the royal family's carefully crafted public image. There is more than just whispering behind the accusations. They carry the weight of personal anger and public attention. This betrayal couldn't have happened at a worse time for Prince William, who is already having a hard time with the problems the government faces today. William is currently working on making the royal family run more smoothly. The monarchy used to be a symbol of wealth and grandeur, but now it has to change to a world where being responsible with money and having an open, friendly public image are very important. Cutting costs and training a new crop of working royals are not only part of his plan to keep the monarchy relevant, but also a response to the changing needs of the British people. Parker Bowles' timing is bothering William. These fresh details may hinder his efforts to transform the monarchy. William struggles to deliver his modernization and regeneration story due to treachery. It adds intrigue and drama to a clever, forward-thinking shift. British royalty has long had issues. The Windsors are used to public scrutiny and conflict, from Princess Diana's tragic death to their ongoing debates about the royal family's future. Still, every incident or quarrel complicates royal family life. A melancholy note is added to the royal drama, as Parker Bowles alleges someone betrayed him. Prince William wants to weather this tempest by continuing a tradition and guiding the monarchy into a new age. He aims to modernize and fund the royal family while repairing and protecting its reputation. This assignment is harder with Camilla's ex-husband's fresh information. As the royal family handles these new occurrences, the world waits. Nobody seems to be losing interest in royalty. The Windsor family's every move sparks rumors, guessing, and media attention. In this circumstance, Prince William's job matters more. He must navigate these turbulent seas with grace and energy, balancing tradition and modernity. Uncover the latest scandal involving Queen Camilla and its potential impact on Prince William's ambitious plans to reshape the royal family amidst a storm of media frenzy. The reignited scandal of Queen Camilla's past. The British royal family is always a source of drama, mystery, and scandal. The latest change in the royal story has to do with Queen Camilla, whose past is once again in the news. It looks like rumors and clouds about her past with King Charles have been brought back to the surface, which is making a lot of noise in the royal family. Let's go back a little. Before she became queen consort, Queen Camilla lived a life. She is known for having great poise and charm. Her past is a lot like an old movie script, sad, hidden, and full of turns. A lot of people are interested in and scandalized by Camilla's past, especially her connection with King Charles. The latest news about her past has only made things worse, causing more people to be interested and watch her closely. Okay, so what's new? The ex-husband of Camilla, Andrew Parker Bowles, recently told the truth about their relationship and the deals they made while they were apart. His words have caused a stir because they make it sound like Camilla and Charles were dishonest and involved in some bad behavior during their affair. These discoveries aren't just old rumors. They strike at the very core of the royal family's honor. You may be asking why this is such a big deal. After all, everyone has known for years that Camilla and Charles are dating. Their relationships and scandals in the past are well known, even though they've been married since 2005. But now it gets interesting. Many people are rethinking the whole story about Camilla and Charles after hearing the new information from Parker Bowles. Someone opened a Pandora's box, and now everyone is trying to figure out what's inside. These discoveries enrage Prince William. He has worked hard to modernize and reform the royal family. His main goals have been to decrease royal spending and prepare young royals to work. They have a big job now that the public and media are following and discussing everything the monarchy does. William is trying to conserve money and change the royal family so it will be important and last. New Camilla facts have made William's plans less likely. His rearrangement reportedly limited Camilla's role. This choice and new questions about her past have strained monarchy relations. Imagine steering a ship during a storm while rocks fall into the ocean. William is going through that. William chose the worst time. He is leading the royal family through the transition to make it more accessible and affordable. Renewed attention on Camilla's history and Charles's apparent betrayal of loyalty may obscure these attempts. The royal family has always had issues, but now they are being scrutinized harder, which is generating commotion. This situation is even more intriguing because it relates to how people view the royal family. The monarchy symbolizes history and stability, yet the media and people have always been fascinated by it. In every article, more details are uncovered or scandalized. The tale is currently about Camilla's past and how it impacts the royal family. This is Prince William's duty. He aims to modernize and streamline the royal family. Although Camilla's past has presented complications, he is striving to control them. Imagine walking on a tightrope with blazing flames. He must focus on long-term goals while addressing these revelations issues. The public wants to know how the royal family handles this fresh issue and scrutiny. New information about the Windsor family keeps people fascinated. Camilla's love, treachery, and secret past fascinate people worldwide. The drama shows that the royal family story is not done. Discover the shocking claims made by Andrew Parker Bowles, revealing an extraordinary arrangement involving royal funds and hidden romances that could change everything we thought we knew about the British monarchy. Andrew Parker Bowles speaks out. Andrew Parker Bowles has stirred up quite the conversation with his latest revelations. According to insiders, he's claimed that during his marriage to Camilla, there was an understanding between him, Camilla, and Prince Charles that allowed her to maintain her romance with the future king. It's not every day you hear about such an arrangement, and it certainly raised eyebrows. What's even more surprising is the alleged involvement of royal funds. Parker Bowles claims that not only was this relationship known about, but it was also quietly supported by the royal family. He suggested that money from royal coffers may have even been used to provide financial assistance for the children he shared with Camilla. This detail has left many feeling uneasy, questioning how much of this drama was happening behind palace doors, while the public had no idea. Public reaction has been swift and vocal. Many are shocked by the idea of such a relationship being allowed within a royal marriage, especially at a time when affairs were still considered scandalous. The involvement of royal funds has only added to the controversy, with people wondering just how much the royal family knew and supported during this time. While Camilla and Charles eventually married after years of public scrutiny, Andrew's claims bring a new layer to their complicated past. It raises questions about the dynamics of their relationships and the lengths people were willing to go to in order to preserve certain traditions and appearances. Andrew Parker Bowles' words have not only sparked outrage, but have also left people wondering what other secrets may still be hiding behind the royal curtain. Public perception of the monarchy in turmoil. The public perception of the British monarchy has certainly shifted over the years, with a mix of admiration, skepticism, and at times outright criticism. The once unshakable institution, steeped in centuries of tradition, has seen its reputation dented by scandals, particularly when it comes to the relationship between King Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles. Christopher Anderson, in his book The King, The Life of Charles, digs deep into what he calls one of the most complex and scandalous love stories in British history. And it's easy to see why. The Charles and Camilla romance was no fairy tale. It was entangled with rumors, betrayals, and public heartbreak, particularly for Princess Diana, who became a global icon of grace and resilience after her tragic death in 1997. For many, Diana's death brought about a huge wave of sympathy and admiration for her, while casting a long shadow over Charles and Camilla. Their affair had been going on for years before they eventually married in 2005, but it was far from a clean slate. People questioned Charles's fitness for the throne, and Camilla was often painted as the villain in the media. Even though time has passed, and the public has slowly warmed to Camilla, now the Queen Consort, the scars of that period still linger for many. Some continue to see their relationship as a symbol of the monarchy's disconnect from the values it supposedly represents: honesty, duty, and responsibility. Others, however, view their story as a testament to enduring love, albeit a flawed one. It's this complex blend of admiration and disillusionment that continues to shape how people see the royal family today, with questions of relevance, transparency, and the future of the monarchy being raised more frequently than ever. Diana's heartbreaking confession. Princess Diana's heartbreaking confession during her 1995 BBC Panorama interview still resonates with many today. Her candid admission about the strain on her marriage with Prince Charles due to his ongoing relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles stunned the world. When Diana famously said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded," she perfectly captured the emotional turmoil she endured. That single sentence laid bare the betrayal and deceit that had been brewing behind closed doors for years. The love triangle between Diana, Charles, and Camilla wasn't just a private matter. It played out on the world stage, and it was messy. Diana was beloved by the public, often seen as the victim in a story of infidelity and heartbreak. She represented grace, vulnerability, and an ability to connect with people in a way that few royals had before. Charles, on the other hand, faced criticism for his affair, and Camilla became the villain in the eyes of many. For years, Camilla struggled with this image. Being painted as the other woman made it difficult for the public to accept her, and even after she married Charles in 2005, that reputation stuck with her. Despite efforts to rebuild her image as a supportive and loyal partner to Charles, many still associate her with the pain Diana suffered. Of course, public opinion has softened somewhat, especially as younger generations grow more distant from those events. But the shadow of Diana's confession still lingers, reminding people of the complexity and the emotional toll that the affair took on all involved. Camilla may have become queen consort, but for some, Diana's words will always echo in the background, keeping the memory of that painful chapter alive. Camilla's struggle to overcome her past. Camilla's journey has been far from easy. She's faced years of public scorn, often labeled as the woman who came between Charles and Diana. This image was cemented in the public's mind, with tabloid headlines splashing her name across front pages and painting her as the villain in the royal love triangle. The world adored Diana, and by comparison, Camilla found herself in a shadow she couldn't escape. But as time passed, Camilla quietly went to work, taking on her role within the royal family with grace and humility. She wasn't trying to compete with Diana's legacy, but was instead carving out her own path. She became involved in numerous charitable causes, championing issues such as domestic violence and literacy, and over time, many people began to see a softer, more compassionate side to her. It wasn't an overnight transformation, but slowly the tide of public opinion started to shift. Yet for some, Camilla's past still lingers like a cloud over her present. The recent revelations by Parker Bowles have only served to reopen old wounds, with many once again questioning her role in the royal family. Despite all her efforts to distance herself from the scandals of the past, some believe the damage is done. The betrayal many associate with her still fuels resentment, with whispers that her presence has cast doubt on the monarchy's integrity. It's a complicated legacy she carries, one of resilience and redemption, but also of deep public mistrust. For Camilla, the struggle to fully shed the weight of her past continues, and while she's made significant strides, there remains a portion of the public that may never truly accept her. For now, she remains caught between a troubled history and a future she hopes to reshape. The role of Camilla's ex-husband. Andrew Parker Bowles, Camilla's ex-husband, has always been an interesting figure in the royal narrative. While many might assume he would have played a more vocal role in the drama surrounding Charles and Camilla's relationship for years, he remained relatively silent. It's as if he chose to stay out of the spotlight, allowing the storm to rage around him while maintaining a quiet dignity. But as more information surfaces, Parker Bowles has begun to step into the public conversation a little more. Many now believe his earlier silence wasn't just a matter of personal discretion. It may have been influenced by his connections within the Church of England. His close ties to religious institutions and his esteemed position made it risky for him to publicly address the love triangle. After all, a scandal of that magnitude would have certainly affected his reputation and, by extension, his professional life. It's possible he chose to keep quiet to protect himself from the blowback. Public interest in his role in the Charles-Camilla-Diana saga persisted throughout time. Wondering what Andrew knew, when he knew it, and how he handled the matter has persisted. His quiet may have been part of a deal between him, Charles, and Camilla to keep the peace and prevent media attention. Recent findings have made Andrew Parker Bowles a key figure in this royal drama again. As he slowly reveals his prior decisions, public curiosity rises. How much does he know, and will his full participation ever be revealed? This complicated drama shows that even the silent have a role. Motives behind the silence. Parker Bowles' silence over the years has indeed sparked curiosity, especially given the revelations that have recently come to light. Many are left wondering, what exactly kept him quiet? Was it simply loyalty to Camilla, or were there other forces at play? Some speculate that financial benefits might have played a role, though this remains unclear. It's no secret that being connected to the royal family comes with its own set of challenges, and perhaps silence was a way to ensure that his private life remained, well, private. After all, facing the full brunt of the relentless media spotlight could have easily led to negative consequences for both him and his family. Then there's the question of protecting his children. Being thrust into the center of a royal scandal could have had long-term repercussions on their lives. By choosing to stay out of the public eye and remain discreet, Parker Bowles may have shielded them from the same intense scrutiny that Camilla endured for years. And let's not forget reputation. In the midst of such a high-profile situation, staying quiet could have been a calculated move to preserve his own standing. Public figures often have to weigh the potential fallout of speaking out, and in Parker Bowles' case, remaining silent might have been the best option to protect his image, career, and personal relationships. Whatever the true motives, his decision adds a layer of intrigue to an already complex narrative surrounding the royal family. Financial scandals emerge. The royal family has long faced criticism for its financial practices, but the recent allegations have struck a particularly deep chord with the public. It's no secret that the monarchy is funded by taxpayers, but the idea that these funds might be supporting personal family arrangements has raised eyebrows. Some see this as an abuse of power, questioning why the children of certain royals seem to be benefiting from what some consider royal handouts. People are now calling for more transparency within the royal payroll, arguing that the public deserves to know exactly how their money is being spent. The monarchy, a symbol of tradition and honor, is increasingly being pressured to adapt to modern expectations of accountability. The scandals have sparked a broader conversation about the need for reform in how the royals manage their finances, and whether they should continue receiving such extensive public funding in the first place. Many are starting to ask tough questions. Should the monarchy's finances be under stricter oversight? Are taxpayers essentially propping up a system that favors a select few? These issues are adding to the ongoing debate about the relevance of the monarchy in today's world, with some even calling for a more democratic approach to royal spending. A divorce designed for Camilla and Charles. In what could only be described as a shocking twist, Andrew Parker Bowles recently revealed that his divorce from Camilla was not just a result of a failed marriage, but was allegedly orchestrated to make room for her relationship with Prince Charles. This bombshell has left royal watchers stunned, as it paints a very different picture from the narrative that's been widely accepted for years. The notion that this was part of a bigger plan all along seems almost too unbelievable to be true. It raises questions about just how far the royals and those connected to them were willing to go to secure Charles and Camilla's future together. This revelation has left many feeling conflicted. On one hand, it's easy to see why Charles and Camilla would have wanted to be together, given their long-standing affection for each other. On the other, orchestrating a divorce for the sake of romance makes the situation feel less about love and more about control. The timing of it all, especially with Princess Diana still in the picture, suggests a level of manipulation that many find troubling. Whether or not these claims are entirely accurate, they add yet another layer of intrigue to the already complex story of the royal family. A prearranged romance? Charles and Camilla's relationship was one of the most infamous love stories in modern royal history. Most people know that their affair played a central role in the collapse of Charles's marriage to Princess Diana. However, the idea that their romance was premeditated rather than a spontaneous affair of the heart adds a whole new dimension to the story. If true, it would suggest that their relationship was less of a forbidden love and more of a calculated plan to get what they both wanted. This revelation challenges the way the public viewed Charles and Diana's troubled marriage, casting the affair in a more strategic light. It also raises the question, was Diana ever really given a fair chance? If Charles and Camilla's love was prearranged, it puts Diana in a deeply unfair position from the start. The public, who once saw her as the wronged party, may now see her as someone caught in a web of manipulation beyond her control. This new perspective is forcing many to reconsider the narrative that was fed to the world during those years, making people question how much of the royal love stories are genuine and how much are influenced by duty and expectation. Divorce arrangements revealed. Andrew Parker. Bowles' recent disclosures about his divorce from Camilla have shed light on a highly secretive arrangement that few could have imagined. According to Parker Bowles, there was a mutual understanding between himself, Charles, and Camilla, essentially giving Camilla the freedom to continue her relationship with Charles while she was still married. This agreement remained hidden from the public for years, adding another layer of complexity to the already intricate story of Charles, Diana, and Camilla. The lengths to which these individuals allegedly went to protect their relationship underscore just how determined they were to be together, even if it meant stepping over ethical lines. This revelation adds fuel to the ongoing debate about the true nature of the Charles and Diana marriage. Was it ever meant to work? Or was it doomed from the start because of Camilla's involvement? The idea that this was all happening behind closed doors while the public believed in a royal fairy tale feels like a betrayal to many. For some, it paints a picture of privilege and manipulation, where the rules don't apply in the same way as they do for everyone else. The Church of England's role. What makes this situation even more complicated is the alleged involvement of the Church of England. According to one informant, the Church played a role in keeping Parker Bowles quiet. In exchange for his silence, he was reportedly offered significant positions within the Church. If true, this claim highlights the deep, interwoven connections between institutions and the lengths to which they will go to protect powerful individuals. It paints a picture of a carefully coordinated effort to manage the fallout from the affair, with key players pulling strings behind the scenes. The possibility that an institution as respected as the Church could be involved in such a cover-up is troubling to many. It raises questions about the boundaries between public duty, personal relationships, and power dynamics within the highest circles. The mere suggestion of this complicity has sparked conversations about the role of the Church and its influence in the lives of the royals, leaving some to wonder just how far these connections really go. Camilla's gradual transformation. Camilla's journey from being perceived as the other woman to queen consort has been nothing short of a public relations transformation. Early on, she was vilified, with many blaming her for the downfall of Charles and Diana's marriage. But over the years, Camilla has worked diligently to reshape her image through charity work and advocacy for important causes. She's become a visible figure in campaigns against intimate partner violence and in support of mental health awareness, slowly earning some measure of public respect. However, it's clear that her past still follows her. Experts like Ariane Chernock note that Princess Diana's enduring legacy casts a long shadow, making it difficult for some people to fully embrace Camilla in her new role. Diana's presence in the public consciousness is still powerful, and for those who remain loyal to her memory, Camilla will always be seen as a key figure in the drama that unfolds. Still, Camilla has shown resilience, facing ongoing scrutiny with a level of grace that few expected. Camilla's personal reflections. In a rare moment of reflection, Camilla recently spoke about her experiences dealing with public criticism. She acknowledged that being under constant scrutiny is not something anyone enjoys, but she emphasized her ability to rise above it. Her statement, "In the end, I managed to rise above the situation and continue," speaks to her determination to carve out her own identity, separate from the drama and controversy of the past. It's clear that Camilla wants to be recognized for who she is now, not just for the role she played in the royal family's most infamous love triangle. The future of the monarchy. Amidst the challenges faced by the monarchy, the disclosure of Queen Camilla's history and her connection with King Charles raises critical questions about the royal household's future. As Prince William implements his reorganization plans and Camilla's influence diminishes, the members of the royal household must confront the enduring history of betrayal and controversy that continues to shape their reputation. The monarchy's ability to adapt to changing public sentiment will be crucial in maintaining its relevance in contemporary society. With the British public demanding more openness and accountability, the royal household must address its historical issues and resolve the persistent questions surrounding its members. The recent disclosures about Queen Camilla's history and her connection with King Charles have sparked renewed fascination among the general public in a narrative that has captivated global attention for many years. Amidst criticism and challenges, the future of the royal household remains uncertain as the monarchy grapples with these issues. As we close this chapter on King Charles and Camilla's shocking betrayal revelation by Parker Bowles, don't forget to click on the video popping up on your screen. Like and subscribe for more updates.